feeling sorry for ourselves. Oh well, that shit happens. So I should have taken the win when I didn't, but then the obligation was that I gotta play it. So whatever happened happened, I guess. So oh, but we're home now, so continue watching the video. Hmm. Might be a short stream because I got head to bed at some point. What's going on, man? How are you? Yeah, I went home. I'm a little bit upset, but it's alright. Yeah, I know. Just bad luck. Started off well, but then it just fucked out. But if I were to go home early, then Jimmy Mar would have found out, and then fuck, I don't know what had happened afterwards. Yeah, I wish I could have played longer as well. I just chose bad machines. No, well, he just said play them, and then, like, I don't know if I would have taken home, like, what would he do? No, it would have all been tight. Yeah, true. True. Max bet, max bet. That's it. If you bet big, you lose big.
I'll talk about the four symbol key afterwards. Yeah, so I'll talk about some technicalities and some things people have been asking about after the run. Alright, so here's the room with the boss key. Normal, just killing Stalfos, and then here's the boss key chest. And that's it. Yeah, so I just end here. So, yeah, so I don't end on Ganon, because I don't have players. I was considering to do Ganondorf's boss key skin, but I started trying to do it, and it was the worst thing ever, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. And then I would have just like been in Ganondorf for that being able to beat him anyway. Okay, so I have a few technicalities to talk about. I actually put it at the end of the video. Oh, the thing's blocking it. Hold on. Okay, let's talk about technicalities and what about this and will actually stuff. Okay, so I mentioned earlier you can get 37 water temple keys instead of 36 if you allow open keywords, but I just thought it'd be much more interesting if I didn't open keywords. Water temple becomes much more interesting. It'd be kind of lame. And I mentioned also the coffin key and Bomb Well can be duped infinitely, but again, infinite key dupes. If I did infinite key dupes, then I would just ignore the other two keys in Bomb Well, which could be duped on their own essay. Yeah, this is to prevent essaying because I know people are going to talk about these things. Okay, so the chess game. So the chess game does not have permanent keys, but if you really want to get technical, they reset when you re-enter the chess game, not when you leave the chess game. So technically, if you start the chess game, get a key, leave, you still keep that key until you go back in. There's no way to check it. So if you really want to argue about it, then sure, I could go get a chess game key. It wouldn't be interesting though, except possibly on 1.0. On 1.0, you can do a version-specific method of upgrading items and Sun Song to reset the room. Yeah, you can reset the area and get more keys. And that is an infinite key dupe, but it would be so stupid. I'm not doing that. And again, infinite key dupes I just didn't think were going to be interesting for this. And again, yeah, infinite is not truly infinite. It only goes up to 127. If you go over 127, it goes negative. You can do it with on 1.2 and sold out on C. And ES was like, oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so infinite. So I didn't want to do infinite keys because it would discourage other keys. So, and then also Deku, DC, and Jabu do have boss keys. You can RBA the boss keys by RBAing Prescription, Highball Frog, and Hydrox, respectively. I didn't think they should count because they don't really exist. I mean, if you really want to do it, you could really argue that, oh, I RBA'd Water Temple keys, so I should RBA boss keys or whatever. But then you argue that I should RBA Ice Arrows for Water Boss Key, which would also be kind of dumb because Water Boss Key is really interesting the way I do it. But yeah, so if you want to count all of those things, if you really want to be technical about it, you can get one more key in water, 122 more keys in Bomb Below, and 127 more keys in Chess Game, and the 3 Child Dungeon keys. But this is technicalities that I don't really think should count or would not be as interesting. Yes, so the 4 symbol key. So let me go to 4 symbol right now. Better? Okay. Okay, yeah, so this chest exists in both rooms normally. Someone said, like, is it like the village or the album in West Clocktown and South Clocktown in New Jersey? Not quite, because it is the real chest in both. Like, it has the same aesthetic. But actually is the almost possibility is that when you hit the transition, there's actually one frame before the chest piece lands. And when you do an ocarina dive, it actually does not does not activate the wind transition until you cancel the ocarina. So what you in theory could do is ocarina dive, cancel the ocarina. You have one frame to open the chest, and it opens the chest without opening the chest. You get the key and you open it again. However, the problem is I am not able to find a way to get close enough to the chest before a transition activates. So this isn't confirmed yet. This is a possible issue. It's not confirmed yet. The closest I can do is doing a regular ocarina dive here, and then you can turn in one frame. I turn around. You are able to turn in one frame. If I was closer on this frame, I'd be able to do it, but I couldn't do it. Yeah, in MM this would be so trivial. I was thinking that.
Hey guys.
This, I was like, dude, in MM,
would still have stayed and played.
So I'm not sure.
Well, true, but
my first thought was like a bomb push.
my cutoff would have been about
like
9 o'clock.
Or at least if the bomb push was to happen here. Like maybe if you could bomb push before you operate it on, I don't really know how that would work either. You can't hover out further because you can only do an operate on really close range. And I would have to be far enough away from the ledge. In order to like be within range to open the chest, I have to be farther away from the ledge.
Might have one more thing of popcorn.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't able to get
maybe watch one more video and then
I can't rule it out completely.
fuck off to bed, I reckon. What's going on, guys? I guess we can watch that 0.9. So how long does it go for? Only an hour. See how we do.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, so this is a task of version 0.9. So this version I'm playing on right now is a leaked version that came out earlier this year, about the same time that we had a beta was leaked also around the same time earlier this year. And so what this version is, this is a version that the build date is dated 3 days before the final build date of version 1.0. So this is basically most likely the last version before the version that became the first version 1.0. Because of the number of changes in this, it's probably closer to like a month or a few weeks at least before version 1.0. Maybe 3 days, but at least the build date is 3 days. So there's actually a lot of interesting differences in this version. It's still like mostly the same game, but there's quite a few extra bugs introduced, or I guess bugs that were fixed. Some interesting mechanics changes. There are actually a few like big as we go through this. So two of the
What?
so actually
Here's my bike.
so
Got scared for a second. I thought I left my bike at the club.
basically just beat Ganondorf and Ganon without using item manipulation, which is or SOP. It's basically like the category. It's basically like the no super big witches category. So the way it normally goes is you generally just beat Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple, get the bow from Forest Temple, and then with those things you get items and you use items to defeat Ganon, get boosts, and then so the reason I'm specifically doing this version 0.9 run for GSR is because this category is actually pretty interestingly changed with this version 0.9. There's two significant things in particular that this version can do. One is that it can skip magic. So this version actually has a glitch to get magic without actually getting magic from your fountain. So in this version, if you drink green potion, you actually get magic from the magic bar. And using that, you can not only skip magic, but also skip Zelda's Lullaby, because that's the only thing that Zelda's Lullaby has gotten for which is typically. Also, the other thing you can do is skip bomb shields. So you can get bombs from the numbers that are for this category in most events. To get bombs from PC, you need either strength or some exclusive optional bomb shields. But in this version, there's actually a glitch you can do to have your sword do bomb damage, which can actually be used into Longo's character to break overall damage bombs. There's more changes than that, and more smaller changes that we're going to go over. But those are the main changes. So, start off the run. It's just going to be not even getting Sword and Shield. It's just going to be buying a deck of stick. So, normal GSR runs, there's actually two different routes you can run, depending on if you're running 1.0 or PC. The 1.0 route will also skip Sword and Shield here by unloading the plus sticks. Although it actually has to buy 2 sticks and not just 1. Here I can actually just buy 1. And then the BBC route actually ends up getting Sword and Shield and doing normal escape from the front and getting on arena. So in this version, I only need 1 stick and I can skip off arena. So because I don't need Zelda's Lullaby to get magic, Ocarina is really useless in this run. I do need to play 1 song in the run, but I can do Ocarina to use it. I can go straight to Lost Woods, and I can use the stick to whip into the stone here and get to the exit first early. How to 0.9 leak. So apparently someone just found some old N64 dev cards. One of them had, I guess, Go 2.9, and another one of them also had F-Zero, which it had mainly F-Zero, but then part of the memory was also left over of some like beta OG stuff, and so that's how those came out. Yeah, this is just swimming down to but these rubies are also kind of important. The magic to I need to buy green potion for the magic thing I mentioned earlier, and so something I forgot to mention about the magic thing is if you use green potion to get magic, you actually lose the magic if you die or save reset. Because of that, there's actually quite a few deaths and save resets in this run, so the magic actually has to be close to the end of the game. I actually ended up buying green potion from Ganon's Castle, from one of the scrubs in Ganon's Castle, which is really interesting. And it costs 40 rupees, so I actually do need to collect 40 rupees on the way there. And I need to collect Greco's, of course. So, going back to the differences between the regular GSR routes of 1.0 and VC. So, the N64 route actually fades. The N64 route that skips bottle or VC? No, VC skips bottle. Yeah, the VC route doesn't get the bottle at all. And the N64 route does get the bottle. So the bottle in normal GSR has two uses. One is a hookshot jump in Jono's Cavern to get bombs early. Another is a hookshot jump in Forest Temple to get blow early. But VC ends up not in either of those in favor of just skipping them all completely because those take a long time. For N64, it has the added advantage of also being able to use different items with the bottle. So they also skip ocarina in addition to the two hookshot jumps. So in this route, we go with heavy with the bottle. What's actually really interesting about this version for the main run is that it actually there's a lot of differences in 1.0 and VC routes, and this version kind of gets to do the best of both of them. Minus the collecting geckos, VC does get the benefit of skipping collecting geckos, but it gets basically all the other benefits of both other routes. Like in addition to the hookshot jumps I mentioned, 1.0 can do the quick bongo kill, where you drop a bomb down the hole to debongo quickly, and that can't be done in DC. And because it also requires bombs, the N64 route delays Shadow Temple until after bombs, which also means a faster boss skip for Shadow Temple. And so this run that I'm doing will do quick bongo kill, faster bongo, faster boss key skip, the hookshot jump. Yeah, so I'm also skipping Bonwell entirely. So both routes, N64 and VC runs of GSR typically get bomb shoots right away from Bonwell. This run can completely skip that. In fact, bottle and sticks are the only thing that this run does is struggle going straight to bed.
Bit of a shame that we got fucked up the ass.
But I will say the record for GSR on VC is 112. And this should be faster. It's sub 112.
I'm alright, Phils. How are you? It was a short visit.
Yeah,
Oh, well, an hour and a half. It's alright.
No sword, but you can do swordless.
Could have been better, though.
Targeting the wall right as you click out, and that shifts your momentum forwards, so you can like kind of clip in and out of bounds rapidly near the door, and then put fully in bounds when you passed it. And then straight to Master Sword. About 10-minute Master Sword. Yeah, being able to skip Zelda is a really big benefit. Zelda is like going to Zelda is such a
That's good, Phils.
And it's really early on too. Like I think typical GSR runs gets Master Sword at like 16, 17 minutes or something. So like from here, it's basically like you go to Hyrule Castle, get the end, wait until
Oh, yeah.
pick up town, go through guards, wait, do the cutscene, do a cutscene, skip, and then finally go to Master Sword. And all that is just like not that interesting. So this category, being able to skip all that is so cool. But Master Sword cutscene is pretty much the same. So this guy stops a bunch, main cutscenes before death sequence. Hardly any tasks and choosing the way that. Alright, so I guess first I should talk about cast and lotat and this run and stuff. So this is like sort of a lotat, sort of a cast. I still mostly played this in real time, like doing mostly human strats, but there were a lot more places in this run compared to other lotats I've done where I did like more task specific things. Which is generally why I call this a task instead of a lotat. It's still like it's I don't know, it's like half lotat, half task. But I wanted to just call it a task because it does a lot more stuff. But yeah, in regards to the question, is it hard to make like a full task or lotat? Lotat is definitely way easier to make. When you're making a true task and you're trying to save every single thing, one thing that's super important for that is precise control stick directions. And when you're making a task, you have like an input. You have like an input plugin that you just click buttons and click the control stick, drag it around. So you can get very precise control stick inputs and button inputs like that. But you can't really do much using anything like I'm doing control stick inputs for this. I'm using the actual control stick, which can be imprecise sometimes. So if you're making a true task, it's definitely better to do an emulator. But when it comes to making a lotat or just like general, not super optimized thing, I think it's great on GZ because it's just super easy to make. These built-in macro and safety functions are just super simple to use. That's kind of why I've been making a lot recently. I just really enjoy making these. Like before this, I made the 9% child one, and I made 2 different Hyundai ones, and I just enjoy making these a lot because they made it pretty simple with the GC tools. They're not the best for like true task tools, but for general like good enough gameplay, it's super great. Also, one more thing I should mention about this run. So this being version 0.9, technically it should be like an N64 run because like I am playing on PC as you can see right now. If 1.0 is N64 only, 0.9 should kind of be N64 only too. I'm cheating and using PC because I don't want to use N64 right now. So really, this run should be a little bit longer than it is instead of downloading. But in terms of like actual gameplay, this exactly like this run exactly. It would be the exact same run on N64, just slightly longer, but lag loading. And yeah, Blank, thanks. Blank actually made the Japanese version of this for me. So the original link for this was actually English only. Blank actually made a Japanese version for me. So I can do this. Why Japanese? Because the text is faster. is another point where the routes sort of diverge with the original 1.0 DC routes. I think the 1.0 route or the DC route, I keep mixing up the routes. One of the routes doesn't go get hookshot first; it goes to get bombs first. I think it's 64 route. Yeah, it's 64 route. I can see myself. One of the routes doesn't get hookshot first. One of them gets bombs first. But yeah, the VC route. Oh, that's 64 route. Wait, do they both get hookshot first now? I don't know. I'm confusing so many routes. I'm trying to explain 3 different version routes, and then I'm probably also getting confused with routes too. Oh, now they both do shadow first. Alright, never mind. Both routes do shadow first now. So yeah, so just getting, I got the shield in the grave, getting hook shot now, and then after this is where the run starts to get a bit different. Oh my god. I made this. This was all made by me. So normally after getting the hook shot, you would just go straight to Shadow Temple since it's right there. But as I mentioned earlier, the benefit to doing Shadow Temple later after getting bombs is the faster boss can skip and faster longer fight. Because I can take advantage of both of them. I'm not going to do Shadow right now. I'm going to do it later. And I'm going to grab a RNG fairy from the grass. That's why I took damage. I got a low health so that the fairy could actually spawn. And now I'm going to go ahead to Dongo's Cavern. So, normally in Dongo's Cavern, there's a wall right in the front that blocks you from progressing, and you need to either have strength or some explosive to blow up that wall. Usually, you just get bomb shoes to do it. In this run, I have no bomb shoes and no strength. But, like I mentioned earlier, there's a glitch to use your sword to act like a bomb, or have bomb damage. So, in regular OG, there's a glitch called Quick Put Away, where if you put away a deku stick right as you take damage, and then you break the deku stick in midair, it gives you a glitched damage value that does a bunch of different damage properties, like deck C, one-shot stuff. Version 0.9 has a different version that works by swinging your sword and putting away your sword at the same time. If you look closely right there, it looked like Link was swinging his sword without his sword out. That also does glitch damage, but it's different glitch damage than in regular OT. And that glitch damage has one of the properties being bomb damage. So you can use your fake sword to just blow up walls. Then I can get hook shot down here, hook shot on the ladder at the same time that I die. To revive a fairy. Jump up to the bridge here and activate the bombs really quickly. Yeah, that's the first really significant change in version 0.9 that affects the stream is that glitch sword damage that lets you do bomb damage with your sword. So all I have to do is get bombs, just gonna leave straight away. So in regular GSR, this would be where you would now go get magic. I don't need to get magic, so I can go straight to the next thing I need to do in the overworld, which is get Minuet. So I'm just gonna go straight into one city, and this is gonna be the path to Minuet. Also, during this point, for the minion cutscene skip, I'm gonna be doing a death cutscene skip, so I need to take damage. So I actually have to be pretty careful in how I routed my damage here. So I took an intentional fall in Kuzanga's cavern, an intentional fall there, 2 hits from the bomb there. Also, this chest here, that was only recently found. It was only recently found that you could actually click through Mida with a Hess, a very precise Hess. And then also I had some fun and did nosy targeting Hess. We like to call that nervous Hessing because it just looks kind of funny. That was done with great pace, obviously. But it just looks a little silly. Then ground jump to skip on the second force meadow. Take an extra hit from the bomb there. Because I don't have Aquamina, I can't just damage buffer off of the bomb. So I can't. Usually, whenever you need to die, it's just like the default option is just damage the bomb. Actually, I have to think carefully about my health in this, about health management. And then do the cutscene skip, get the song, go forward to cutscene, save, and don't continue. Go back one more time. And now I'm going to hit my shadow temple. So again, I couldn't do shadow temple earlier because I didn't have any explosives. You need at least some explosives to do the boss skip at all. But having bombs specifically is going to be a lot faster than if I had shoes.
Yeah, I'm about to head off as well.
Yeah, this is a pre-release version. It's relatively accessible, as in like you can probably Google it and find it. Okay, so this part I actually had to do some pretty serious R&D manipulations. Look here. I got
You too, Dave.
I think 13 rupees and 2 bomb drops. That actually took a long time to manipulate. I need a bunch of rupees. I need 40 rupees by the end to buy magic, and I need 2 bomb drops. For the record, each bomb drop is a 1 in 16 chance. Each bomb will be the 1 in 16 chance. There are like 10 or 11.
You too, Dave. Have a good night.
So it's not
Alright, cunts.
like 4 pieces of grass, but
I gotta go to bed, so I gotta wake up early in the morning for work. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and take care of yourselves.